Welcome back to Flow Sessions. It is Tuesday, October 28th. We are still on level 9 here, and we're watching a few setups. Last night we were watching BTC for a 4-hour higher low off of EMA 12, as well as the 200 SMA, which was flattening out, and a retest of that daily EQ level, which ended up being a really clean throwback. Got the 4-hour. Alt's kind of puked a lot more than this in this little pullback on BTC, so dominance has been raging higher for the last 2 days. So I took some hits on some. Also, I was looking to also buy like on this one. Aster was looking to buy the 12-hour higher low in here. I don't know why I chopped myself up in here like 3 different trades and lost like $50 each trade right here, trying to get the bottom, which eventually was the bottom, and we got the nice move up. So I do have some profit on when I finally, after a few attempts, finally got that off the ground, and we're down a little bit balance-wise from yesterday, but we are still looking at a few 4-hour setups. We had a 4-hour downtrend on ASTER. Now we're looking on the daily. The level that really matters is this 122 after we're rejected from the daily EMA 12. So still 12-hour inverse head and shoulders valid, but lower time frame, we need a few things to get us up there. We barely have an hourly uptrend. We have flipped the EMAs into support. So you can see this bleed out. I was like, entered here, stop out, enter here, stop out here, when really had this first liquidation down, should just use this level as liquidity. You know, you have a lot of stops there, people that longed here. So it goes down, takes the liquidity, and then gets the reversal. So really, my lesson here to myself is the initial spike down, it's a higher low, or a lower high is more likely in a situation like this, and then you can just wait for the 15-minute uptrend before you get involved. You could wait, see a 15-minute uptrend even more convincingly, and then you get involved here. Makes sense, you know, versus trying to catch the bottom. So something I'm constantly working on is trying not to get the exact bottom, because you usually have some time to get involved. So now that trade is up $81. We have 18 unrealized, but we realized a lot of it. We are going to keep an eye on the 4-hour. Love to see a move up here. Maybe get on a 4-hour higher low for the push for the 12-hour EQ. QQQ has just been raging to new highs. I think there's like 3 gap up days in a row. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and it's just been super strong compared to Bitcoin going into tomorrow's. I think tomorrow's FOMC, and Bitcoin has broke this daily EQ, but not super convincingly just yet. You know, we got the EQ, and we're kind of just hovering around here with yesterday's bearish candle here. So we have alerts set above yesterday's high of day. I think this will be a key zone here if we take this between 117,000 and 118,000. But we're gonna wait to see. This is a really important level too. You know, you have this midline of this widening wedge, so we really just need to have patience. And the alts are also waiting for Bitcoin to make its move. So that's why I'm only playing ones that have clear setups and has some strong correlation lately. So you want to see something like this. Yet tomorrow on the FOMC reaction to go to new all-time highs, or on a bearish reaction, there's a possibility we head down sub 100,000 again. So at a crossroads once again, and alts are waiting for Bitcoin, and alts are waiting for Ethereum. Ethereum has to make a new all-time high, in my opinion, for confidence to return in the market. And I still have bull lean in general on ETH. We got these big lower wicks on the weekly. It's just a matter of what will November bring. Are we gonna have a boring month where we just continue to tighten up, or are we going to see a larger move like the stock market's been making? So right now, the only trade I have one small short on Zora, because we had lost the daily EMA 12, and then I shorted the 4-hour higher low. So short somewhere in here on a underside retest of, as we were up there for most of October. The fact we broke down a retest, I thought it was worth a shot, low risk there. So that one's going well, and Aster is my other and only long. So we're luckily we do want to see an hourly uptrend forming, so we have a lot of room. I think I have my stop on this back down at entry here, and we already realized $82. So for the afternoon, we will take it level by level. We have an alarm set here. I'm going to set an alarm down here too, and try not to overtrade and give myself some wiggle room for these things to work out. It's kind of a double-edged sword because you want to have enough size to make it worth it, but at the same time, you need some wiggle room kind of when these bottoms form. So just looking for a trend to develop and ride that trend, and really have to get granular for that these days on some of these altcoins. Yeah, BTC is running the show. Maybe we'll see a 4-hour EQ here is possible too. We are at that descending resistance line that I had mentioned earlier. We right now have a lower high. See if we get a higher low and tighten up for an EQ break if we get something that clean. But if we break this 113,400 level, I think a lot of alts are gonna get pretty wrecked here. So remaining cautious and taking profits when they're there for me, and trying to position for a larger move, but using alarms and adding to those positions once some trends get developed. So yeah, I am calm and patient. I'm a little disappointed with how I traded last night when I was calm and patient all day. Had really nice trades Sunday night. Came into the week with some profit cushion and gave most of it back on a Monday, which makes sense. But I was looking for these higher low setups too, and then once they came, I just went a little too heavy on some of the entries. So I was better off if I made one entry with a clear invalidation using my risk level, but instead I split it up into like 3 and made 3 attempts that all failed before it got off the ground. So just need to be more patient if I'm trying to catch those. But we did stick to our risk. We didn't go down another level, and let the charts lead us. Even though the charts are telling me that my bias right now is we're at a crossroads, but the overall trend is still bullish, and the stock markets are hitting new all-time highs. So it's either a red flag in crypto, or we're going to play some catch-up here into FMC, so it's going to be a big day tomorrow. But yesterday, sitting on my hands would actually have been the best trade until we had these more clear uptrends. I wouldn't have given back some of the profits from Sunday. That was, $300-400 up, and now I gave back like half that, something like that. So anyway, just trying to stay in the pocket and not chase waves, just ride them. That's it. Because consistency beats the occasional big wins. Just trying to stay consistent and put myself in a position that I will still be positioned if we do get the bigger wins, and then we can add in pyramid sizing. But right now my edge is patience, clarity, and execution, not prediction, and really trying to stick with that. So I've been a little boring over in the chat rooms and stuff, and been DMing and talking to some of the guys, and it's just kind of a little bit of a waiting game over there as far as the alts go, but there are some promising signs. So we will see. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being that fake out we had in 2017 before the huge move up. So everyone's going to be stunned. Everyone kind of feels like they're done with crypto, sidelined, and I would love to be on the other side of that trade when everyone is squirming in their seats because they missed the move. But trying to stay frosty, show up every single day, and really let the charts dictate and guide me. All right, have a good one.